Hello there, two fans, and welcome. This is Chicago Ted coming to you with another episode of the Replay Cast series. This one is going to be replay ID number 1922008461. That's right, we are now in the I don't even know what number that is. Something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. So the 1 billion mark? Is that it? I don't know. It's not important. What is important is that this replay was sent in. It's going to be, okay, it's going to be a level 1 Roche. It's actually a team game. All right, so it's Lucid going up against, an unnamed team. So we're looking at Lucid taking a level 1 Roche. It's Zach on the Shadow Fiend with Fruit Stamps playing the Lich. Diamond in League on the Broodmother with XCOM Hunter on the Dazzle. And Big Papa Bear playing the Luna. So this is going to be a fairly decent Roche here. I actually really like this lineup that they've got going on. The armor going on to the Broodmother, who's taking most of the damage to Dazzle to heal them all up. And Lear, he gets so close, but he has no idea. So the Roche, actually they might have an idea this is going on, but the Roche is gone. That's going to be a level 2 for everyone. They find Omni Knight. This could be a first blood as well. This is a disaster for the Dire team. Big Papa Bear will get first blood, starting with 570 gold and a Wraith Band. But Zach, with an Aegis Immortality, his bottle is out as well. And there's going to be a charge in, maybe trying to get some collateral here for the Dire, but it's not going to amount to much. Soki going out with a decent Searing Chains off on his Zach, but only 1 second with minimal damage. Will not net that a kill. And Diamond, he still has the ice armor, but that's going to wear off, which means Black Zero is going to charge in once again. Only level 1 on the Spirit Breaker, so after the initial bash, it's not going to do all that much. And, little damage, no! It'll get disjointed just barely by the invisibility. Diamond in League will be able to back himself away, and, I mean, Lucid aren't going to lose anyone off that engagement, whereas they get First Blood and a Roshan. And we haven't even crossed the minute mark. Radiant or Dire have got to be kicking themselves right now, but there's still plenty of Dota left to be played. However, when you're going up against this lane, it's a triple ranged lane with a Luna giving them all Lunar Blessing. This is a tough lane to go up against, and we're talking about 60, 70 damage per unit. I mean, even with the huge armor that Axe is going to be able to pull off. I mean, look at this damage he's taken already. He's just going to get brought down, even though they've got the heal from the Purify. I mean, that's just the end of that. There's not much he can do about it. Now a Salve comes out in a Big Papa Bear. There was a charge, but no longer. Oh, boy. That first blood went to Big Papa Bear. Now another follow-up kill going the way of XCOM Hunter this time, but even the Dazzle getting the kill isn't any real problem. As you take a look, he's walking up, he's just swiping the big purple balls of pain out at Lear, and they're doing a substantial amount of damage. Meanwhile, top's not really going that well because they have nothing for this Broodmother. And mid, Zach is absolutely laying down the hurt on Soki. We're going to take a look down to the bottom as it looks like Sam hasn't had enough. He's going to get stunned by the Poison Touch, and then a Lucid Beam comes down, and Big Papa Bear will grab another kill to round it out. And what looks to be a shutout early game for Lucid. Though, I mean, the Dire, they still have a Medusa. They've got a pretty scrappy team. They definitely have what it takes to maybe push this game later and later. But it's going to become a real issue when you're dealing with a Shadow Fiend and a Luna, both of which have innate damage buffs without really any items. They become too much to deal with. Looks like a potential Courier Snipe not really doing all that much. Meanwhile, a Sentry will go down. They've got Vision of Diamond. He's got Tango, so if he gets some Sentries of his own, he should just be able to eat that Sentry Ward. But no, he doesn't realize he's got Vision on him. He's going to get just brought down by a couple of right clicks. All right. So the Dire will put themselves on the board. They are no longer at the lonely old goose egg. But one, I guess, is even lonelier. This is amounting to be something that Dire are going to have to... It looks like, yeah, they're going to change things up a bit. Sam will go into the jungle, try to find what farm he can. Goes for the double Stout Shield build, which, you know, I'm not a huge fan of, but given the circumstance, if you've got a jungle and you didn't really go for a jungling style build, at least I think Ring of Protections and any sort of base regen would be great, but starting the way he is, he's not going to see too much trouble going up against the teams. At least not as much as he would going against the heroes. As Soki Looks like he was in a little bit of trouble. However, the raises will not penetrate that flame guard. It is a level, actually it's a level 1 flame guard. One raise will be enough to get rid of it and then have some extra damage. So I guess that's not really a good follow-up plan. Lear, though, he's a good follow-up plan. Coming in with the Purify, making sure that what little damage there was left to do would not be enough to kill him. Meanwhile, Sentry Ward War. Looks like Diamond and Lee actually forced him to drop 2 sentries just to be safe. But one of the big things here is that he actually doesn't have his tangos anymore. So you can eat the wards with the tango. That essentially instantly nullifies it. So if you get in a ward war against anyone, sentries or otherwise, buy tangos or buy a quelling blade, because that will make things so much easier for you. You don't have to sit there right-clicking. Meanwhile, Diamond League, he's got a couple spiderlings up here dealing some damage, but Black Zero proving to be a little more than he can handle. As Lucid up, he'll spawn more. Still not going to commit to this one, though. Diamond, he's underneath the sentry vision. But it looks like, yeah, it's not going to be enough for Black Zero. He's actually taken a little bit more than he could chew with these spiderlings, so the Aegis Immortality will drop. Zac getting some nice regen off this one. He's going to turn on to Soki. Once again, dealing a large sum of damage, but not quite able to seal the deal. As Soki, he's got a haste rune. I'm not sure he can find this kill. In fact, he most certainly cannot. But maybe he tries for it anyway. There's a full creep wave. He goes in and takes one raise and immediately nopes back. I mean, when you've got 200 HP, there's nothing you can really do against a Shadow Fiend. All it takes is a close range raise, and any melee hero will just get completely dominated there. As Pap, 1110 or 1100 Pap, he's up in the top, almost got those Tranquil Boots. Looks like he's farming up, cutting some creep waves for it. And 1 or 2 more waves. Granted, he gets all the last hits. 1 should be enough. But being up here in the top lane also provides a little bit more insurance against the Broodmother, allowing you to pretty much say, yo, you want to spawn spiderlings? Well, there you go. And actually, it looks like Brood could be in a lot of trouble here, but the sentries, it's still alive. Remember, she bought a whole lot of tangos to get rid of that sentry ward. And she got one of them, but unfortunately, the other one stayed alive, and of course, now her original sentry will get dropped. Gotta be careful, though. The sentry is about to expire, so if she comes up and drops her own sentry ward, it's going to be a fairly wasted one. Zac, 108 damage to Soki from that one right click, though. Soki's going to have his level 6, which means he's got really no more troubles left in this lane. If he's ever feeling pressured, can TP himself back to base, Remnant on back to the mid lane, free bottle refill, free everything. Make sure, I mean, it's like a cup of joe. Perk you up, ready to face the rest of the lane. As Soki's actually going to find himself a double damage rune. Now, this is not a really good fighting rune for the Ember Spirit. It's not going to allow him to just jump to a lane and get an easy kill. That is, unless he is able to get the Searing Chains off and pretty much man-fight someone down. I almost think it'd be a better idea to just go after this stack they've got going on, but unfortunately speaking, he's got 1 point in Flame Guard, which means he can't exactly farm it well, though those 3 points in Searing Chains will make this gank a lot easier, and gets a lucky roll catching both Big Papa Bear and Food Stamps. Will bring both of them down. Now chases onto XCOM Hunter, who's got a shallow grave, but the charge comes through. I do not think this Dazzle lives, and actually it looks like with the snake coming through, that'll be the kill for El Picador. So a not so easy kill, but they get all 3 anyway. Diamond and League, meanwhile, he's got his sentry down, so Pab has no idea. Actually, okay, no, he revealed for a short moment there. But this is going to be a tough kill for Broodmother if he's able to go. Big Papa Bear, oh, the bottom lane. He drops again. There's going to be another TP and XCOM Hunter. He had to cancel this one. He could be in a huge amount of trouble here if they continue diving. They've got 4 down. They could probably do it. Soki is actually going to go ahead, TP back to base, and run it on in. Perhaps they go when he's at full HP and full mana. With all those bottle charges, couldn't hurt either. All the while, though, Zac is pretty much free farming in the mid lane. He's got 53 creeps to his name, which by and large is pretty good. A little low on the denies, so that maybe let Soki get more than he would have hoped, but in the grand scheme of things, for the purpose of this game, it's not too bad for him to have only those couple denies. As he has been stacking up. It looks like the 2 camps has cleared them since, but Even single stacks are easy for him to bring down, and a whole mess of gold for him to get and put in his bank account. So Diamond struggling to bring down Pab here, and this is exactly what you expect with an axe. But speaking of struggling, Food Stamps could be in a bit of trouble. They've got the Degenor, gets trapped by creeps, and now the snake flies through. A lucky bounce now catches XCOM Hunter on the last trail. He has a shallow grave already out, so he is in a huge amount of trouble if he's not, if they can't slow down Soki. It looks like they are able to successfully back him off though, but El Picador still diving underneath the tier 1. Lear maybe getting a little too antsy. One more tower hit, but he's going to purify himself back up to a decent amount of HP. Meanwhile, El Picador trading right clicks. Not going to do all that much with it. Meanwhile, oh, top lane. They're going to get it with another strike. And Diamond, oh, he's got the dust on him. Can they bring him down, though? They do not have the battle hunger. But Pab, he's still chasing. And Diamond in League, he's got no more webs. No, he does have another one, which will allow him to escape. And, of course, Pab with no battle hunger, at least not enough mana for it, will not secure that kill. Black Zero getting chased by the Spiderlings, though. That is a little trouble. But ultimately not going to mean all that much. So, since the First Blood Roshan attempt, Lucid have been struggling a little bit, finding their footing after the lane. I mean, the Dire are up 7 kills now to the 3 of Lucid. Though, one big thing that they got to hope for here is that Zach continues to be the dominant force he is. I mean, look at Black Zero. He's got a lot of potential to initiate, but there's no real follow-up for him to do anything about it. I mean, the tier 1's down, so no TP's in to help. And what a true unlucky raises should Zach throw out some YOLO ones, Hail Marys. That could be the end of him, but of course without any mana, and you don't exactly know that an Invis Spirit Breaker is close by anyway. Maybe you look at the enemy creeps and you see the empowering haste and you'd be like, oh, there might be a Spirit Breaker. Here, let me just throw out a couple of raises, and boom, you get a kill. That's not really a realistic scenario. This tower in a bit of trouble. He should be able to get the deny off on it, but no, he's going to let the Siege Creep get one final attack, which is enough to bring it down and prevent the deny. Meanwhile, Pab just doing so much damage. Does not have enough mana for the call, but it doesn't even matter. He cleaves down all of these spiders. And that's the end of that. It's a genocide of arachnids. And of course, preventable at the very least. Still devastating when you think about how much gold he's going to get from that. Already having one Vanguard completed. I don't think he's going to go for the second one. I think that second Stout Shield is just going to amount to nothing. Although no Stout Shield wants to be unsuccessful in life. Sometimes you got to take one for the team. Gonna be a bit of a skirmish here in the jungle, but in the mid, it's Zach taking a lot of damage. He will survive for now, but the Remnant coming through. Soki, he's going so deep for this one. One more raise. Oh, he just gets a right click off. Zach, he finds a kill with no HP. Big Papa Bear will get Big Papa Bared, I guess. I don't know. Food Stamps now on the run, but looks like he... Oh my god, Zach. One sec, I gotta show the salt a little bit longer. That's too beautiful. He doesn't have the Qilong Qua taunt though. Like that's the thing. You've got to start dancing after something like that, you know? The old jazz drum line. I don't know, I might be getting too far off topic here. It's still Dota, it's still on topic. And top, it's still the epic struggle between Brood and Axe. Axe, of course, winning it, but in the bottom, the bigger fights are mounting. Food Stamps going to get charged down. They will get a Requiem off here, and that's going to bring Black Zero pretty low, but it's not going to be able to kill him. They get him with the Lucent Beam, though, and even though there's a Guardian Angel out, that does not protect against the magical damage. One more Poison Touch to fly out is going to be enough to slow him down and get the kill. And actually, literally get the kill. XCOM Hunter will grab it, but Zach is in the midst of that entire thing. Now sitting at level 12 at 13 minutes with 100 CS to his name. This is fantastic amounts of farm. We could take a look at his XPM. He's sitting at a 670 right now. His GPM, 550. For all intents and purposes, this is a farmed Shadow Fiend. 7.3k net worth. Now he's about to have his tower under his belt. No, that goes to Big Papa Bear. But regardless, he is large and in charge. And that is going to be a Remnant in. That's going to be the death of Soki, actually. A little bit over-aggressive. Zach will get the kill. Now there will be the Stone Gaze out, and that's going to turn XCOM Hunter into the block of of stone, I guess. There's going to be a charge now through on a big power bear, but that's going to not be enough to save out the life of Lear as Zach brings him down. Now another strike, but Zach is still pretty much manning it up. Triple kill. Now he's going to get an ultra after the whole thing goes down. Can't get the rampage though, of course, because Axe is being a dick and farming top. You just got to TP sometimes and give the rampage, but I guess Axe not getting the memo. Zach, he wrote the memo. He is just dominating this game from the top down. Now at 9.3k net worth and climbing fast. He's about to have a tier 2 tower, and even though there is a glyph to spend, the sheer amount of damage he's doing is remarkable. Now, Sam, 1100, taking a turn and leaving the pack, but he could be in a whole mess of trouble here as Diamond and League is slowing him down with the incapacitating bite, and they just, casual kill. Chase him down and bring him to dust. He had that Vanguard out, but that's not going to be enough to save his life when multiple targets are throwing literally everything at you. Big Cloud Bear is going to be in a lot of trouble very soon, though. In fact, this is probably his death. Going to drop down with an Eclipse, but that does not persist after the death of the hero, so and that won't last any longer. There were a lot of creeps close by anyway, so I wasn't going to amount to much. Zach is waiting in the wings, though. He's in the jungle. I don't think he takes initiation here. Might just farm up. He's got his lifesteal, so why not go after some camps? He might be able to go for the roundabout, though, as he's got support coming in. XCOM is there and waiting. So the charge actually could be the other way around. They spot XCOM. He's out in a very difficult situation. Could be baiting, though, but they are able to get the searing chains off. Now Food Stamps is close by. Chain Frost down, bouncing between the two of them and being a just massive amount of damage as Zach will be able to deny the tower, but Soki barely getting away that Flame Guard, pretty much saving his life, but it looks like Lear was not so lucky. Diamond and League chasing down the call from Sam, not going to connect. They will not find this brood, but they get very close too. Now Zach is going to chase down Soki. Does he have a remnant out? He does. Is able to get away from it. One more right click, and that would have been enough to bring him down, but of course sometimes, you gotta expect that the remnant will be flying. Though Zach is going to go on to Pab, and have you ever seen an Axe take this much damage? Yeah, I don't think I have. Now, he will be able to get away. It looks like they're not able to get the Greater Maim off. They do finally get it off, and they come through with the Spawn Spiderlings to finish up that kill, so just shows the power of Maim and incapacitating bite, slowing them down to a crawl. Then you can just, walk after them, throw a casual right click or two, and eventually you'll get the kill. There will be a TP up top, but Soki, I don't think he really wants to go there. The tower is gone. Sometimes you just gotta let it go. Meanwhile, XCOM, a juicy stack for him. He's just going to go ahead and stack it again. Now, there's a lot of ranged units, a lot of units to block the pass. He's not going to get this stack, but it's a valiant attempt regardless. He might just be able to take it, though. He's got 2 points in Shallow Wave. Actually, no, you give it to Big Power Bear. That's like the smarter move. Sometimes, you got to be a little selfish, but I agree with his decision-making here. Zach with an Ultimate Orb at the ready. Could be going for a Scotty after he's picked up the Orb of Venom. Diamond and League has got to be pretty careful here. They're going to come out with the Sleight of Fist. No Cleave yet. The Battle Fury is still well on its way. But with Black Zero charging in, they will not find Diamond and League. I don't think they even know he's there. They instead go on to Food Stamps. But he's a bit too far back. Now goes for the Dust. Is not going to connect in the Diamond League, actually. But they find him regardless. Can they keep him out, though? Do they have any vision? They do have a Sentry Ward, so they should be able to get this Broodmother. Call the Exterminator, wipe him out. He'll be back again in 40 seconds. I think they'll be prepared. Keeping those sentries, keeping those dusts is all they're going to need to do. But Zach will be the split-pushing rat here. As Pab, just in time to defend the tower, but still a large amount of damage flying out. He's still looking pretty good. Big Papa Baron, not as lucky on the farm side, though he will be going for the Sanjinyasha. Personally, I'm a fan of the Manta style, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. He gets the charge off, then the Eclipse, and will find a solo kill that shouldn't have happened. Pab, without a Blink Dagger, cannot help this Luna, or help, the other guy that died. something black. Anyway, Pab now on the run. They don't get the Maim out. They have the Orb of Venom, but it's going to be a Purify flying through. Looks like they should be able to bring down a Big Papa Bear, but I mean, you get one, you lose two, and maybe even three. Zach is still chasing. A Purify comes out onto Pab. Now, he probably was dead anyway if he had purified himself, so I guess I can't ridicule that too much, but that's a tier 2 already gone, and you know, I feel like I didn't quite do that justice. I mean, he just got a double kill from literally standing there and dropping an ultimate, and when it gets to that point, you have to imagine that things are not looking good for your team. So the Dire, they got to go back to the drawing board a little bit here. Obviously, initiations like the one they just had aren't going to be too savory, as losing one right off the bat before you're able to bring down a lower priority target. 1-for-1 is not good, and it wasn't even really a 1-for-1. They weren't actually able to bring down Big Papa Bear until quite a ways later, when, you know, you already get Zach coming in and helping out, and then things go sour, and then you start yelling at your teammates like, you should have been there, and I don't have a Blink Dagger, and I digress. Speaking of, though, Blink Dagger, Sam still unable to buy one. And, you know, I go back to saying the Vanguard. I personally like that item against the Broodmother. But there comes a time when sometimes a Blink Dagger might be a little bit smarter, but looks like the Roche Steal is not going to happen. They will lose both. Now the Chain Frost flies through. It's not going to be able to bring down Soki. However, Black Zero not so lucky. The Frost Blast coming through. El Picador going out with a Stone Gaze. It's not going to be enough to turn anyone really to stone, but Pab, he gets the call. Zach, he's still just fighting. He's got the Agony, or the Aegis of Mortality. Now Big Papa Bear is in. He says, I want a piece of this, and he'll go straight on in for it. It looks like they'll get one kill. However, Zach drops. That is the Aegis of Mortality. Big Papa Bear now immediately regretting his decision, buying out. But here's the Requiem, and Soki will drop. Lear short to follow, and El Picador looks like not lucky with the Maim, but he's able to get the Scotty slow. There's the Maim. And he gets that soul. You can see the Medusa reluctantly moving closer and closer to the target. And, of course, the trash talk has to come out after something like that. But in the end, the moral of the story, do not group up in the pit around a Shadow Fiend. Even if you look like you can get that Aegis steal off, if it fails, don't continue fighting. Because then you put yourself in a pretty bad situation where you're choking yourself around a hero that can literally one-shot you with his ultimate. That's not good. Meanwhile, Diamond and Leak, he's still dusted, but can walk through trees safely as he hasn't taken damage in the past couple of seconds. Zach with a couple of kills to his name. He's 12-0. He's about to have a butterfly. I mean, no big deal. Okay, maybe not. He's still a good 2,600 gold away from it, but I mean, the sheer fact that he's got the Talisman of Evasion and Quarterstaff out already is a testament to how much he's getting out of this. I mean, we're talking about a Shadow Fiend, right, with 17k net worth at 21 minutes. That's a good 700 or so GPM. In fact, I've got the number exactly, 791, so I was off by about 90, but who really cares? Of course, I don't have XPM bound to a key, but yeah, that's it right there. 1,000 experience per minute. I mean, it doesn't get any stompier, I guess, than that. I mean, that's an experience per minute that you should be hitting on a Meepo, right? And that's a unit that can get 5 sources of experience. That's how fast he's getting. He's getting experience faster than a hero with 5 units. It's crazy. It's crazy. Whatever. There's going to be a Lucent Beam or an Eclipse coming down, not really doing a whole lot of damage. Now that it's single target on one unit, that's when it starts really going out. But Pab looks like he went for the call, was not able to blink himself in. Blink's still on cooldown. Looks like he tried for it. But in comes the Chain Frost, bouncing between 3 units relentlessly. Lear will get dropped because of it. Sam as well. And the funny part is, that was without Zach. So it has officially become way too hard for the Dire to win right now. 23 minutes in. And they're going to get mega creeps. There's nothing really they can do. No buybacks. Nothing to stop this tide of overpowered, overfarmed, and unstoppable heroes. I mean, look at Zach. There are 3. Look at those creeps. They're showing a lot of heart. They're like, we got this, guys. We can do it. Oh, okay. Maybe not. Oh, there we go. There's the one Valiant creep. Oh, okay. Oh. Well, that sucks. Whatever. Mega creeps have now, not yet been summoned. They're about to be summoned. And now they are. And this has just become the Rat Dota. This has become an unwinnable game for the Dire. I think Mega's at 24 minutes has got to be 100% win rate. It looks like some decent damage coming out, but yeah. Guardian Angel flies. El Picador still getting slowed. They might be able to bring down Diamond. They do bring down Diamond. The casual kill worth 600 gold. Imagine if they were to get the Shadow Fiend here. Doesn't look like it though. And comes the Requiem. A decent amount of damage, but the right clicks are what really hurt. I mean, look at that. Before he even gets the charge off, he dies. And of course, now a triple kill for Zach. I just don't even know what to say anymore. Big Papa Bear valiantly bringing down some towers, but he's taking way too much damage. Has to come to terms with the fact that his impact may not have been the biggest here. I think I can attribute this mostly to Zach, but I mean, you gotta respect a good team to back you up. But Butterfly, Scotty, and Assange and Yasha all completed on top of the Dominator Akala. 25 minutes in. I mean, as I said, I couldn't have said it better. It doesn't get any stompier than this. I mean, right now, the Radiant, they're backing off. They really have no rush here. As Zach picks himself up a Crystallis, sells an item just so they can walk into the enemy fountain and pick up his crit stick. That's where this game's at right now. He still doesn't even have it. Actually going for the Daedalus recipe. That's kind of hopeful. I don't think this game's going to go long enough for you to get a completed Daedalus. With the amount of farm you're getting, even at that speed, it's not possible. But look, Zach might be killing himself. No, he's too damn tanky. They drop a Shallow Grave on him just in case, but yeah, okay. The important thing is you tried. Lucid will take a fairly easy win. It looked like it got a little rough there in the mid-game, but when you got a Shadow Fiend who just dominates a lane, has uncontested freeform, you have to expect that Shadow Fiend is going to be uncontrollable. And 15-0-8 with 1,000 plus experience per minute and almost 1,000 GPM, I'd say that's the definition of uncontrollable. So GG well played to the Dire. They put up a very decent fight, as I said, around that mid-game. Maybe a little questionable in the later portions, but they played from a disadvantage from the first minute, and that really showed. So GG well played to both teams. This has been Chicago Ted Caston's replay for you. If you guys liked the replay, of course, you can go ahead and check the description of this video for more details. Speaking of the video, like, favorite, subscribe, that whole kit caboodle. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you all for the next replay.